Well, it's October and we're in the Greenglens Arena in Mill Street in County Cork. That can only mean one thing. It's the AXA National Dairy Show. Over the next 2 days, some 240 exhibits have been entered in 25 classes, showcasing some of the country's best dairy stock. Today, the focus has very much been on young handlers and the junior Jersey cows. Away from the show ring, for the first time, we have a calf village here at the show, along with plenty of trade stands and the return of the National Dairy Innovation Awards. Here are some of what we had to see on day one of the show. Now I'm delighted to be joined by Christy Doherty. Christy, of course, Head of Agriculture with AXA. AXA, the title sponsor again here at the National Dairy Show in the Greenglens Arena in Mill Street. Christy, great to be back, and there's a real buzz about the place now that the show is officially opened.
Absolutely, yes. Look, it's a great event. It's a very well run and managed event by the local committee here in Cork. And they have a huge following, and obviously dairy farmers, any dairy farmer that's shopping about or in the shop window or is interested in breeding or the various other aspects that are here, it's a fantastic show, great shop window for dairy farmers.
And it's lovely and compact as well, Christy. You know, there's a lovely social aspect to it. You can go up, you can watch the real amazing showing that we're going to have the young handlers in the ring today as well. And it's something for all ages here.
Definitely, yeah, young and old and everything in the middle. As you say, it's compact, it's easy, get from stand to stand and all under the one roof. It's fantastic and a great day that lends itself to this as well. So look, it's great for farmers, full stop.
And AXA moved into the agricultural space in around about 2018, I understand. And how is that side of the business going?
It's going very well. Yet again, look, there's always a requirement for insurance, and we're one of the competitors in the market, and we have a very good offering and a very good service. And we've a team that they can talk the language very well, and they know their topic. They're very expert, I would like to say, what they do. So yeah, we're having a good run of things.
And I think for farmers, Christy, it's always important that, when things go wrong, that claims can be processed quickly, that, as you say, the team understands that a business like farming, it has to keep going.
Absolutely, yeah. It's ultimately about the service you deliver. That's the great differentiator. We're based in Athlone. But we have managers, region managers, branches around the country. So we're well able to penetrate the market, and we operate with brokers as well. So it's exciting for us, and things are going very well.
Now, so we've popped by the Dairy Gold stand here at the National Dairy Show. I'm delighted to be joined by IHFA Bergen. IHFA, Dairy Gold is back as a platinum sponsor again this year at the Greenglens Arena for the National Dairy Show. Why is it so important for Dairy Gold to be at the show?
Yeah, look, we're absolutely delighted to be back here on the ground. Look, it's an opportunity for us to get back to the suppliers, connect on the ground. And look, we'd invite any of our suppliers to come over and have a chat. And look, we understand the difficult year that they've gone through, and look, we're more than understanding of the challenges that are there, and we're well aware, and we're here to help. So if any you're about, just pop into the stand, and there'll be plenty of us here to have a chat.
Well, it's definitely one of the best catered stands. It has to be at the National Dairy Show. There's a wealth of sandwiches and everything behind us, and good chats being had as well.
Definitely, and look, we have a range of reps there from all the areas within Dairy Gold, and we'll cater for any dietary needs that are needed, and do definitely any stop by for a cuppa.
You did mention it has been a tough year for a lot of farmers out there. The weather didn't play ball. A lot of farmers had a tricky year in terms of grass growth as well. It's been an expensive year for a lot of farmers, having to maybe supplement with meal where they wouldn't have done normally as well. And I'm sure you've seen that with your discussions with farmers on the ground.
100% from the get-go of the year. Like, they're coming off the back end of a tough year, did a tough spring. And look, we understand everything, the costs that have gone up, keeping the inputs in. But we understand there from the milk production point of view, they had to feed on cows, because at the end it's those milk solids and yields that they'll dilute down the costs at the end of the year. So we're hoping out the milk price rise that's happened and will continue to do so, hopefully. Look, it should dilute down, and we're praying for a good spring for them.
Absolutely, and a good back end, and if we can keep animals out for as long as possible as well, that would be great. But you did allude to my last question, and with milk price going up, is there some green shoots on the global markets? Can you do Mystic Meg for us? Is there going to be any positivity on the horizon?
Honestly, yeah, if I had the crystal ball there now, I'd be able to. I'm not far up and up the ladder, but look, the market seems to be pointing that direction, and to be honest, it's what the farmers need now for the back end of the year. And look, we'll continue to be positive, we'll engage with suppliers, and we'll do our best for them.
We're joined now with Munster Bovines, Tom Baker. Tom, can you tell us a little bit about why it's so important to be here at the National Dairy Show for Munster Bovine?
Well, I suppose for one, it's down in our own heartland. Munster, obviously, we're covering all of Munster and Galway, but we're right here in the centre of our own location, really, I suppose, and so an awful lot of our customers come here, and delighted to welcome here onto the stand. And as you can see, there's a great buzz around the place. We're giving out refreshments, tea, coffee, and it's a great way of keeping in touch with our customer base. So it's very important for us.
Yeah, and can you just talk a bit about the kind of trends of the breeding season we've seen kind of this year and the year before? Can you just talk a bit about that?
Of course. I suppose in the last few years you're seeing the use of sex semen becoming more and more popular.
Yeah.
A lot of guys say, going back 4 or 5 years ago, you had the early adopters started using it, but now it's really become commonplace, and it's got to the point where I think most farmers are happy to use it, even on cows. I mean, go back 3 or 4 years ago, probably we were kind of almost recommending exclusively for maiden heifers.
Yeah.
Now guys are getting on really well with it. Even use it on cows. A lot of people use it on sync programs, and guys are getting, still getting up near enough normal conception as with conventional semen. So the confidence there now that the product actually works, and it's doing away probably with the, bull calves. So what guys now are doing is they'll use sex on their top cows for the first 2-3 weeks, use it on, because most of them are maiden heifers, and then they swap over to beef. Now it's not to say that guys still are using conventional semen, but I think definitely the sex we're seeing it is increasing year on year, and it's going to become more and more popular. There's still a cohort of farms out there that are still producing milk during the winter time of the year. Not as much as in the past. I'd say in the past maybe a third, a quarter of the business was done in this time of the year, but there's still a sizable market out there that for this type of animal. These guys, they're very efficient farmers. I suppose we're quite close here to Cork City, so there was always an element of winter liquid milk around the city, and that is still there. And particularly you go down into West Cork, Cabri have a winter milk scheme and so on and so forth. So look, it's still an important market. We have we're lucky enough to be agents here for C-Mix, ABS, and Synetics as well. So a lot of good bulls. We have a lot of new bulls in the catalogue.
Now I'm delighted to be joined by Laura Helen, and Laura is the marketing manager with the Irish Holstein Friesian Association. Laura, it's that time of the year again. It's one of the biggest dates on the showing calendar, and for the IHFA it is such a celebration of pedigree breeders, the AXA National Dairy Show.
Yeah, as you say, an absolute pinnacle. There is some amazing cows down the line, cows and heifers. Entries are really strong. There's huge classes in the Showmanship League finals. So again, that's kind of the pinnacle for the young breeders. They've been qualifying all year in the summer shows to come here, and that'll be taking place this afternoon. That's the first classes today, and then we'll have some jerseys this afternoon as well, and then tomorrow morning 9:30 the show starts, the Holstein show with the young stock.
And when you say about the young people, I mean, they are the next generation for showing, Laura, and the pride that they take in showing the calves, and they're just so beautifully turned out. And as you say, the practice and the pride that they put into exhibiting here, and as you say, all the shows throughout the year.
Yeah, it's such a dedication, and I think young people joining an association like the Young Members Association is a huge asset to them in life. They learn so much skill, and to gain a lot of confidence. They're out there. It takes huge courage to to show calves out in the ring, because you sometimes have good days and sometimes have bad days when you're working with animals. So a lot of perseverance is learned, a lot of confidence, and great friendships. Like you'll see down the lines, everyone's helping each other, and it's really lovely to see. Really nice.
And in terms of pedigree breeders, I mean, this is such a shop window for them. We will see crowds a couple deep, you know, especially for the Supreme Champion and the big classes tomorrow when the mature cows will be taking to the ring. But it is a real show-stopping event for them, because, you know, they can showcase their breeding, the years of dedication.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this is such a marketing tool for breeders wanting to sell stock or just kind of showcase their own herds. Like especially you mentioned the mature cow classes. Like that is some spectacle to bring out cows after so many lactations, and to get them right for shows like this. Like it really does show the kind of longevity of the Holstein breed, and that's what it's all about. Like I love the mature cow classes. I think they're brilliant, and there's a lot that goes into those classes. So yeah.
And from the IHFA's point of view, obviously this is a huge date in your calendar as well, but in terms of your work throughout the year, Laura, and supporting pedigree breeders, you know, it is there is a great pride. There's generations who come through the IHFA, and there's a great association there.
Yeah, absolutely. Like we say, like the kind of generations piece, there's two things there, like generations in people and generations in cows, and it's so nice to see like cow families that have been going on years and years that are still showing in the ring today, and progeny of like previous champions and things like that. But there's also like the families, the human families that have been showing for years and years. So it's lovely. It's really nice to see.
So today you're with the IHFA, but tomorrow you're going to be in the show ring, because of course your family and Jason, your husband, spoke to us. Of course, Edie Dorman fame was the Supreme Champion. She's back. Is there a bit of pressure in the house? You know, obviously she's the reigning Supreme Champion coming back to maybe try and do the double. How are the nerves? And obviously you've more in the show team this year.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's been a full-on few months, and to be fair, I suppose the preparations really started last year, after the show last year, and we kind of said that we'd like to aim fame for this year's show, and try and carve her down in time, and yep, she's made it, and that's an amazing achievement. And we both said just before the show, like to get her here is something we're really proud of. So whatever happens tomorrow, and we just got to try and embrace it and enjoy ourselves.
We're joined now with Brian O'Riordan from Lely Centre, Mitchelstown. Brian, it's good to be back at the National Dairy Show. How do you feel to be back here now?
Yeah, it's great to be back here at the show. Look, we love supporting the IHFA. We've got a lot of good customers in the IHFA, and you know, we really appreciate what they do, bringing the best genetics there for people to use in their own herds. So it's great to see them on show this weekend, and we're here to support.
Yeah, brilliant. And look, I suppose it's a brilliant event for yourselves, you know, in terms of interaction with customers, interaction with existing customers and new customers. So just talk us through that, and how the weekend you hope is going to go for you.
Yeah, we have a lot of good customers here, customers of ours who are members of the IHFA, and we hope to meet them here, you know, meet them in kind of an informal setting. You know, people are here, they're here to have a good time. We're hoping to also meet new customers, hopefully, you know, get people thinking about automation and automating their own dairy farms. So yeah, we're looking forward to meeting new people and our existing customers.
Yeah, very good. And look, I suppose behind us here we have the Lely Juno feed pusher. Yeah, just talk us through that. That's only new on the market, is it?
No, it's been around for a few years. Yeah. There's a new Juno after being launched in the Yellow Revolution last month, which is a Juno Max. But this is the Juno that's been on the market. I suppose this model has been on the market for the last 5 years. And what it does is pushes in the feed at the feed fence to cows. So it moves up and down the barrier, and it pushes keeping the feed available to the cows. Yeah. So what it does is keeps fresh feed pushed up to the cows 24/7.
Very good, very good. And I just suppose then, like, you know, there's a lot of pressures in the dairy sector at the minute, you know, with, you know, the uncertainty around derogation and everything, and then there's been poor milk price at the start of the year, poor grass growth. How is the kind of feeling around farmers in terms of investment? Has that died down a bit, or are you still pushing on?
Look, I suppose the start of the year was quieter. I mean, we had a poor weather year in 2023, and it rolled in a late spring in 2024. And prices were on the downward slope, but look, prices on the uplift again. There's green shoots there again about, you know, pricing is. I think farmers are being paid a reasonable price at the moment for their milk, and hopefully it's trending upwards. You know, so you know there's green shoots there, and people are optimistic. The weather all year was a poor grass growth year, which also affected people. But look, we've got a good back into the year now, and people can make up a little bit of ground, and hopefully a bit of confidence will come back into the sector again. But you know, we're always there supporting our customers, you know, in good times and in bad times, you know. But you know, I suppose we're here to say that if you're looking for efficiencies in your herd, you know, automation is always a great place to start.
So we're about to get down to business here at the AXA National Dairy Show. The showing classes are about to get underway, and the honour of the YMA, the Young Members Association of the Irish Holstein Friesian Association Showmanship League Finals, now rests with Lisa Montgomery. Lisa, you're from the north, you're from County Down, and how does it feel to be in the big ring here in the Green Glens Arena?
Oh yeah, it's great. Many's the time I've shown in this ring myself, but not in the showmanship, just working for some of the exhibitors down here, but it'll be a bit different to be in the middle of the ring for a change.
So you're over 3 decades in showing, so you've huge experience.
Yes, I've been showing since I could walk nearly as on the end of a halter, so I've always loved it. So it's great to have a go at judging the young people doing what I've done all my life.
And it is lovely to see the young people coming through, because that's the future of any association, of any organisation. And it's great to see the friendships that they make, and there's a bit of healthy competition as well, which is important as well.
Absolutely, yeah. The friends you make whenever you're at this level competing against people, they are lifelong friends, and they're the friends and like networking opportunities to get you to travel the world and work with Holsteins all over.
What will you be looking for? Who's going to catch your eye? What is a good showman? Woman, I suppose.
Yes, very true. Well, I still get asked to this day to lead for people, and what I'm looking for is someone who I would feel happy to volunteer if I ever couldn't go. So someone who is very composed on the halter, knows their calf, knows how to show it off well. And just basically not too much fuss, just keeps their calf nice and calm and shows showmanship in the ring towards other competitors as well.
We're joined now with this year's junior jersey champion. Conor Hearn, you led the jersey out. How good does it feel to bring home the title?
It feels very good now. We put a lot of effort into our late nights, early mornings, and it all paid off.
Yeah, and look, she looks absolutely beautiful. And I suppose that just doesn't happen overnight. Just tell us a little bit about, you know, preparation, grooming, washing.
It's taken weeks of preparation, maybe even months. We've had to have people come out and clip her, feed her, wash her every single day to get her right for this moment, and it all paid off for us.
And look, you're not too far over the road. You were saying you were only 20 minutes out the road. Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Royland, County Cork, only over the mountain.
And look, it's a family. It's your family's herd of cows. You know, is it who was here with you today?
My father was here with me all day, and my mother only arrived there when we won. So she's shocked.
She just came for the victory, did she?
She did, yeah. That's all.
And now, what's the plan for the rest of the evening? Are you going to go off celebrating, or what are you going to do?
No, we have to have a late night now because we have to prepare for tomorrow morning with our jerseys again for the championship.
Have you as many in tomorrow?
We have a heifer and milk, and we have also a cow.
Right, so best of luck tomorrow. We could see you back here again for another victory, could we?
Hopefully, but we'll talk again.
It's another night of hard work though, is it?
Oh, it will be.
Now, one of the highlights at the AXA National Dairy Show every year is the young handler classes, and I'm delighted to be joined by one of the competitors from Borrisokane in County Tipperary. It's Shiva Cleary. Shiva, thank you so much for joining us, and your father Owen. And we've got Kildarby Blanche as well with us, who's going to be going into the show ring. Shiva, tell us a little bit about getting involved in young handling and showing, and how long have you been doing it?
Well, this will be my 3rd year here, and there's a lot to learn really, and I'm still learning. But the whole thing is to know your calf and to have her trained well. And so when you arrive, you have to wash them, and make sure there's no dirt on them, especially for this evening. The showmanship is all about the person, not really about the calf and how you handle them. And I'll have to brush her and brush up her top line and hairspray and all that this evening. And sure, it's really about how I walk, and I'll have to wear my whites and keep myself clean.
Yeah. And this is part of a series, Shiva, so this isn't the first time you've been out. You've been at this all summer.
Yeah, we went to a load of local shows near us and smaller shows around the place, and we were at the YMA in Kilkenny as well.
Fantastic. And how did you get on?
Well, my sister did better than me.
That's all right, a bit of sibling rivalry, that's okay. And tell us a little bit about Kildarby Blanche. Is she good in the show ring?
Yeah, she's very good. She's very quiet, and when she gets her food, she'll be the finest.
Yeah. And are you nervous when you go in there?
Sometimes. Bigger shows I'd be more nervous, but at the small local shows I wouldn't be nervous at all.
Owen, I'm going to bring you in here because obviously you're a very proud father. The 2 daughters involved in the showing. Have you been showing all your life?
No, this is only our 2nd year really. We're late starters. And we're members of the IHFA, and we got encouraged by neighbours, and we're really enjoying it. And it is a great experience.
And tell us about the herd at home and the farm.
We have a small herd with 75 cows or that, and we're enjoying it. And it's great the family are coming. The other 2 ladies will be on the way later on.
Great pride to see the family in the big ring under the big lights, and Lisa Montgomery, obviously the judge, is going to be casting her eye over your breeding and everything, and I suppose it'll be nervous but a source of great pride as well.
It is great pride, great family, and it's a great bigger family. We're making great friends, and there's great camaraderie. They're great people, like.
Have you made great friends, Shiva, through it?
Yeah, lifelong friends.
We're here now with this year's champion handler at the National Dairy Show, Stephen Harty. How does it feel to be a champion?
Great. A lot of hard work and it came off.
Yeah, and you came up. You're local enough. Whereabouts are you from?
Kerry and Ballyhige.
And just tell us a bit about the hard work that kind of goes into, training yourself to be at the top of your game when it comes to handling.
So when they're young, maybe 2 months old, you need to start training them and get them quiet and get them to be pets, and then you put them into a pen to get them nice and quiet as well and put them on a show diet.
Very good, very good. And I suppose it's hours of training over the last few months, has it been?
Yeah, you have to take them out and early every day to just get them right and get them to stand right as well.
Right, and it's not only walking them around and getting them to stand right. It's clipping them, it's grooming them. Yeah. Tell us about the work that goes into that.
Yeah, so we'd say coming up to the show, you need to start washing them, and then when we'd say the day before the show, you'd wash them again, and you clip them maybe 3 days before the show as well, and then you top them up the day of the show.